Hi, Sophia. Thank you for having me over. Are you excited about making this move to a bigger house?
Yes, we are, Sergio.
Excellent, excellent. Would it be okay if I give myself a quick tour of the house?
Yes, go ahead.
Excellent. Now, if it's okay, let's use the kitchen table so we can lay everything out.
Sure.
Perfect. Now, let's talk about getting you to this bigger house. The first thing I would like to do is to review your situation and what's important to you about making this move. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I have here that you're making this move because you have a new family member and you want to move into a bigger house than what you have right now, right?
Yes.
And you want to do that before the spring starts, right?
Yes, at the end of the winter.
Okay, perfect, excellent. So I have three bottom line questions for you, Sophia. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, are you definitely ready to sell the house?
Yes, we've discussed it and we're ready.
Excellent. Number two, would you price it what it will sell, or are you okay with just keeping it on the market for a long time?
No, we don't want it to be in the market for a long time. We want it to
Excellent.
sell.
Excellent. And number three, and most important, Sophia, do you want me to get it sold for you?
Yes, we
Okay,
do.
great. Now, Sophia, the purpose of our meeting today is twofold. First is for me to provide you with very important information about what it will take to get your house sold for top dollars, so that you can, finally buy the bigger house for your family. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. And number two is for us to decide today if the right thing for you is to partner up with me in the sale of your house. Does that sound fair enough?
It does.
And now, Sophia, and whether you decide to hire me or not, I hope it becomes clear through our meeting today that my goal is to help you get what you want. And if I can help you, I will tell you today, because I'm not interested in just getting a listing. I'm very interested in helping you make the transition to the bigger house so you can enjoy a bigger space. Does that make sense?
Yes. We
Because that's
appreciate
what
that.
you really want, right?
Yes.
Okay, then we are in the same page. Now, there is really one key item for us to address today, and that is to determine the right price that it will cost your house to sell. Because obviously you don't want to put your house on the market for it not to sell, correct?
Correct.
So here's what I will do. As soon as you decide to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to give your house to get your house exposed to all the qualified buyers in the market, because that's the kind of exposure you want for your house, correct?
Yes, makes sense.
Excellent. So the key today is for us to establish the right price that will get all those qualified buyers excited about your house once they come and see it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so in prepared for our meeting today, I actually prepared this market study, also called comparative market analysis. Are you familiar with this?
Kind of, yes.
So there are three main parts to this market study. First are the active listings, and these are your competition, right?
Yes.
So I call this dreamland, and because this is what people want to get for their houses, but you don't know how much they're actually going to get it for, right?
Right.
Exactly. Number two are expired listings, and these are you familiar with these?
Not really.
Okay, so these are houses that did not sell at all. They wanted to sell, but something went wrong, and I call these never land. Can you see why?
Yeah, makes sense.
Because you don't never want to be there, right?
No, definitely not.
Exactly. And last, these are the sold properties, and this is what I call reality. Because this is what tells us what houses are actually going for in this market. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here is what we will focus today, because obviously in order for you to make that transition from this house to a bigger one where you can enjoy more space with your family, in which of these three categories do we want your house to end up?
We definitely want it to sell.
Exactly. So Sophia, the purpose of the market analysis is to determine the value of your home. First, as a buyer will look at it, and then as an appraiser will look at it. And I'm sure you can understand why that is important, correct?
Yes.
So first, as an appraiser, because that's who the bank is going to hire to determine the value of your house based on what comparable houses have been actually selling for in this market, which is actually what buyers are paying for them. Make sense?
Yes.
Are you with me?
Mhm.
And then to make sure that we price your house in a way that it will make it attractive to buyers. Because are buyers going to be looking only at your house, or are they going to be looking around, shopping around and comparing your house to others?
They will definitely compare.
They will definitely compare, right? And when they shop around, what do you think they are comparing?
Size, location, price.
Right, they are basically comparing the features of the house, the quality, the location, and obviously the price, right?
Yes.
So are you ready to take a look?
Yes.
All right, first, let's take a look at this house. This house, look at how many bedrooms it has.
3.
3. And how many bathrooms?
2.5.
2.5, that's right. And what year was it built?
1982.
1982. And how much is the square footage?
2400.
2400, right. Have you been in this house? Have you seen it?
I know where it is located, but I haven't been inside.
Okay, so look at their price.
Yeah.
How much is-
369.
369, right. And how many days it took for it to sell?
50 days.
50 days. How is that going to work for your plans of moving into a bigger house?
That's about the time that we have.
That's about the time that you have. Now let's take a look at this second house. This house right here, look at how many bedrooms it has.
4.
4. And how many bathrooms?
3.5.
3.5, great. And what year was it built?
1982.
1982, the same. And what's the square footage on it?
2420.
2420, excellent. Have you been at this house?
No, I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
Well, this house is very, very comparable to yours, and it's been updated pretty much the same as yours. So I will say this is very, very comparable. Now, based on what the market is telling us, Sophia, what price do you feel will get the buyers excited about your house versus the competition?
About 380, I would say.
About 380. Well, I'll tell you what. After taking a look at your house and reviewing what the marketing is telling us, I'll suggest that we list. I'm suggesting we list your house at 380. And I see, and you can see why that's the right price, correct?
Correct.
Excellent, because that will get you the best price for your home in this market, in the best time possible, so you can make this transition. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions about what we have covered so far?
No, not so far.
All right, are you ready for the next step then?
Yes.
All right, so the next step is actually the net sheet. And the net sheet will give us all the costs associated with the sale of your house, and will actually tell us how much are you actually going to walk away after we sell it. Because I'm sure that's something you would like to know, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So all these are standard fees and expenses for sellers. Do you have any questions about these?
No, they look very clear.
Great, Sophia. So based on a realistic price of $380,000 and a closing date of the end of February, maybe the beginning of March, these are the total estimated net proceeds for your closing, $55,000. Is that a number that you can live with?
Well, we were expecting a little more.
I understand, but is this a number that you can live with if you have to?
If we had to, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So, Sophia, so we'll get your house on the market for the $380,000, which we agree is the right price, correct?
Yes.
Great. So, I am ready for you to put me to work. Are you ready for the next step?
Yes, we are.
So, can I tell you what's going to happen? What's the next step?
Sure, tell
All right,
us.
so here are the highlights. First, we want to make sure that the house shows us its best, correct?
Correct.
Right. Second, I'll be preparing the marketing for your house, and I'll launch my pre-marketing campaign immediately, because you did want us to get your house the most exposure possible as fast as possible, correct?
Correct.
Great. And then we'll launch our exclusive 10-day marketing blitz. Does that sound exciting?
Yeah, it does.
Excellent, because we will market your house to all the potential buyers out there. We'll also promote your property to every licensed real estate agent and their buyers, so they can come and take a look at it. Sorry for that. They can come and take a look at it, right? And then we will do that through the multiple listing service. Finally, I will have your property information syndicated for more than 10,000 real estate websites, so that everybody that is out there online looking for houses will have a look at it. Does that make sense?
It does.
I'm sure you can understand why this internet marketing is important for your house, right?
Definitely.
Because that will give you the best exposure for your house, right?
Correct.
That's exactly what you're gonna get with me. Now, with all that exposure and assuming the market reacts the way we expect, we're gonna get a lot of traffic buyers, and I'm gonna be following up with all of that, which will give us the best offers possible. And I'm gonna be negotiating all those offers to ultimately get your house sold for top dollars, and you will be able to make the transition to the new house with more space and get a better quality life. Does that sound exciting?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. Are you ready for that?
We are.
Excellent. So any questions before you are ready to let me help you with this move and get you going for the next house?
No, everything's pretty clear.
Oh.
Thanks for your time, Sergio.
All right, excellent. So Sophia, what I'm gonna have you do is initial here on the CMA and on the net sheet, and then we'll take care of the rest of the paperwork and I'll get to work. Congratulations.
Great, thank you,
All
Sergio.
right, all right.